X-Wing players from around the world play for bragging rights, pride, and charity. This is Gold Squadron Flight Club.
All right, let's make it happen. 3, 2, 1, play.
So he can take a strain token to add a focus result instead. So if he took a focus action and then he's on the attack and he chooses to take a focus instead of a blank, then he's going to be able to turn that into a hit. And strain, the effect of that is like a tractor in that it reduces your agility by 1, but it gets removed as soon as anyone attacks you. So if anybody attacks you while your defense is compromised, while you're rolling 1 less agility die, you can't do that with a whole swarm of ships. You can only do that with the 1, and then the strain goes away. Mm-hmm. And the other way to clear a strain token, because it stays with you much like the ion does, but you can clear it, or like the stress does.
Yeah.
You can clear it with a blue.
Yep.
Now, a question came up last time. My understanding was, and you probably know for sure, my understanding of that was if you are stressed and strained and you do a blue maneuver, that both of them get removed.
Yes.
Okay.
Both of them absolutely get removed at the same time, because right now they changed the wording in the newest rules reference where it says when you perform a blue maneuver, you remove a stress and strain.
Got it. And if you have more than one of either one, you remove one of each.
Yeah, and I want to talk about a little bit about Finn. Finn is really the heavy hitter out of all of these, right? Because you can trigger that heroic.
Right.
You get double blanks, you trigger heroic, boom. Or you have a focus token, you rolled hit focus, you add a focus, spend the focus. That's 3 hits.
Absolutely.
So I think if I'm Mitch, I want to take out Finn. Out of all of these little pods, you want to take out Finn first.
Sure. And Chewbacca has been beefed up a little bit with a shield upgrade, and also Rey as a gunner. And the Rey gunner, among other things, just is going to add some force. So passive mods.
And people asking who's first player. Steven is the first player. His initiative for... excuse me, no, not Steven. Mitch is the first player because Scorch moved before Chewbacca.
Okay. So that's Scorch coming up the side as a flank. I wonder if Quick Draw is going to do the same, if he's going to split 2-2, or if he's just going to put everybody in somewhat of a formation over on this side of the board and have Scorch really used as a true flanker.
Now, for anybody who's just tuning in, the Gold Squadron Flight Club is a series of events I'm planning to put on around the country and around the world, where we get together squadron members of a certain area and we put on some grudge matches. Alrighty, and what are the players playing for? Well, everybody's going to get some type of participation swag, people who are hanging out, and as well as a donation to a charity of their choice for the winner.
Nice.
Yeah.
None of which is remotely as important as the pride.
That's right.
They are
True.
playing for honor.
That's right.
And they are playing for bragging rights. And you could tell that in our first match today, Jeff beat Ernesto, and his you had him on for the post interview.
Yep.
That was not a triumphant, victorious, cocky win. That was I am so glad that I did not get humiliated in the first round of Flight Club.
That's right. I mean, this is the premiere, right? We got around 200 people watching around the world. Where are you guys watching from, by the way, in the chat? Let us know. And also, if you haven't participated in our stream poll right there at the bottom of the screen, 1 for Steve, 2 for Mitch. Who do you think is going to take this game? Very easy to participate. Even if you're not a chatter, if you don't like to chit-chat in the chat. I just said the word chat a lot.
You did.
That's fun, though. Go ahead and choose. So yeah, we're gonna be doing this all over the place.
Looking super close so far. It's neck and neck. So people in the chat at least think that this is a pretty close match.
Mm-hmm.
What's Chewbacca's range on that bonus attack?
That's a great question. Let's go ahead and take a look. So Chewbacca is 0 to 3. That's a big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he can have these guys in a fairly loose formation, and as soon as Mitch takes out any one of those relatively fragile pods, Chewbacca's going to be able to hit back with a second.
And another kind of interesting thing to talk about Chewbacca's ability is that it's if the dying ship, one of his friendlies, dies at 0 to 3, he performs a bonus attack. It doesn't say that you have to fire at the person who killed that pod.
Correct.
So you could choose another target, and you could choose another target on the other side of the board.
You could also choose another target that hasn't shot yet, and be able to take that out before it gets to shoot. And unlike what we learned last round about Jessica Pava, this says a friendly ship at 0 to 3, not another friendly ship, which means if you instead just try to take out Chewbacca, Chewbacca will also get to take an action and get a bonus attack, even in the throes of death.
All right, Steven leading the way with Vi Marathi. Or is it V? Is it V or Vi?
Yes, it's one of those.
Okay.
So we talked about the players and why this is a grudge match.
We haven't.
Oh, so Steven, you might know, is the producer of the brand new Fly Better podcast.
Yes, brand new. I mean, they're just new on the scene, you know?
Yep, new on the scene. He is the strong silent type behind Ryan and Dee, who tend to be more verbose. But Steven's a good player himself. He was, if not the first, certainly one of the first people to find success in the later months of the first edition with the Ghost Fin.
Yep.
Which he called Raptor Attack. Not sure that stuck
So
nationwide, but
the history of the Ghost Fin, actually the first time it actually debuted in Chicago, about 2 weeks before that system opened, but it was a slightly different version. Same idea, also just did terrible things. And then by the time we had gotten to that Arizona system open is when it evolved into its full potential.
Yeah, and that was. I'm trying to remember. Was D also running a variation on Ghost Fen? So it was a Ghost Fen mirror match at the at the Glendale System Open out in Phoenix, Arizona, or the Phoenix System Open in Glendale, a year and a half ago. And Steven beat D for the System Open Championship. To take the big prize, and that was, at least at the time, that was the largest event that had ever been held in Arizona. It was a pretty huge, significant sized event. All right, and then we've got Mitch on this side. Mitch is one of the better players out in the sticks.
Out in the sticks, what's considered the sticks?
The sticks is considered anything D feels like is too far to drive to.
So thank you to Mitch for driving out here, right? That's pretty much how that goes.
Yeah, sure. And Mitch has been, as I think we said earlier, been running First Order. I don't know if exclusively, but almost exclusively. Certainly, every time I've seen him play any tournament in the last several months, he's been running First Order. You know, even at times where once the triple upsilons had that emergency nerf,
Yeah.
we haven't seen a lot of first order.
No, we haven't.
But he had a heck of a finish. What was that? What was that game where he did a?
It was a stream game, right?
Yeah, he did a 5 straight
Through
a
the rock. It was the play of the game, yeah,
to
in Denver.
take
Was it Denver?
Yeah, that sounds right. System Open, top 4 match maybe.
Yes.
And then lost in the final, but that top 4 match, that was
epic.
That was an epic play, going over the rock.
Because he had to. That was to win the game.
He needed to roll damage from the rock in order to
Onto
knock a
quick draw,
shield off
yeah.
of quick draw. And because quick draw was moving first, Wedge hadn't moved yet, and Wedge hadn't taken any
No tokens.
no tokens, and was at range 1. He also had to eyeball that 5 straight, and it fit with very little margin for error between the rock and Wedge. And of course, if he had landed on the rock, he wouldn't have got to shoot, and if he had bumped into Wedge, he wouldn't have gotten to shoot. So that was a gutsy play that paid off huge.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Oh man, whew. I remember commentating that one, just yelling, just unintelligible words.
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
And
We have some people in the chat who, if you were watching that day, let us know. Reality Lemon said that was such a baller play.
That was amazing. He was also. I think that he is. I think Mitch is single-handedly responsible for the points decision FFG made not to lower the price on those silencers.
Okay.
Because the silencers are getting no play at all, and then he ran it and had a good result in Denver, and there's no reason that ship shouldn't have gone down.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised there too.
But he made top table with it, and I think they.
Oh yeah,
I think
they're
they're
fine.
like, oh well, it must be fine.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and take the poll off the screen here because we're going to have our first engagement after this planning phase. I want to remind you guys to hit that Twitch Prime button, that subscribe button. You can do it every 30 days. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can connect your Amazon to Twitch, and you're literally giving away Amazon's money, about $2 and change per person. It is going a long way to allow us to do our crazy schedule they have coming up in here in August. I actually did count it up, Drew, and there are... Right, there's 31 or 30 days in August.
31 days in August.
31 days in August, and I'm streaming for 16 out of the 31 days in August.
Well, I'm no math teacher, but that seems to be more than half.
That's a little bit more than half. So super excited. That's every weekend. Plus, there's events happening that start on Thursdays, and we're adding a flight club in there. 16.
So 16, yeah, that's a lot. You're going to have to take your family to Disneyland or something to make up for this.
I'm doing that tomorrow.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Should be a good time. All right, so looking at the poll here, Steve ahead 52% to 47.
That's a margin of error. This is as far as the chat room is concerned, this is an even match, I think.
Oh yeah, I agree. Paul Stryker 359 said that's a lot of streams. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I need you guys' help to do it though. My wife asked, she goes, is it gonna be worth it? And I said, yes. The people, if you stream, the people will come. So Dragon King 90, unfortunately, there is no way in the system to change the color of the names. It's just the silhouettes for the ships aren't updated yet.
And once they are, you'll be able to change those colors.
All right, looks like a lot of people. Oh yeah, my Twitch Prime. Got a few of them rolling in there. Thank you so much.
Good. So yeah, you were saying Finn might be the one to go for because of that heroic and that ability to add. So he's potentially gonna be able to hit harder. I think that's on offense and defense. Is that right? So he can add a blank or what's he spend?
Or focus. He has to take a strain.
Take a strain to get to add a focus.
Mm-hmm.
And you can stack strain, right?
Yeah. Yes, but I don't think the agility effect is cumulative. I don't believe so. But let's take a look at it though. Yeah. Just double check.
Again, we're dealing with relatively new And it's just the way that they released this that strain hasn't been as much a part of the game as I think we thought it might have been when it was first announced.
You know, and I did talk to the developers about it. I said, would you guys ever be willing to change the obstacle effects? Mm-hmm. And they looked at me and I was like, I'm talking about the gas clouds. And they go, yeah, maybe, we'll see. So we'll see.
Okay, so the wording on this seems to be like the new version of tractor beam. A ship is strained while it has at least one strain token.
At least there it is.
So that means it's not going to stack. But what it does mean is you can take more than one, and on a blue maneuver, you're only going to clear one.
Mm-hmm. All right. I might have another way to get some colors on the side there. Just give me a moment. Gonna go into producer mode here. Take the wheel, Drew.
All right. So so what's interesting in the another interesting development I think in the second edition of the game, which I know is almost a year old at this point, but it still feels new, and we're still getting used to some things. In the old version, it was pretty consistent that ships that were of a higher pilot skill then, initiative now, were going to be more expensive within the same ship type, and they've taken the restraints off of that. So Finn looks like he's just initiative 2. Is that right?
Yep.
And he's the most expensive of the resistance transports. Resistance transport pods. The resistance transport pods.
That is a mouthful.
Resistance transport pods only officially legal for play today, I think.
Yep.
So these are brand new. Interesting. I don't know if you probably talked about on the cast. There's no docking mechanism for these things.
No, or undocking. So you can't do either.
They're not docked ships. So nope. Even though the model makes it look like they would dock, it's similar to the Scum Falcon, where you buy both of them together and they can run together. They've chosen, at least at this point, the developers have chosen not to make it a docking ship.
Yep. And you know what's interesting is they actually only give you a single stand.
Oh.
Yeah. They only give you one. They don't give you two. They give you both dials, but you have to basically own another.
That is interesting.
Honestly, it was a little irritating for me. So for my collection, I actually have them all on their stands on a shelf, and I was like, "But
yeah,
how do I find?"
You're gonna have to go buy other stands.
I know.
Sure, you don't have any.
Thanks,
extras. Yeah.
Thanks, FFG.
Yeah, those are hard to come by. Those plastic stands. So Finn not only is the most powerful of them, Finn is also the most expensive.
Yep.
And so going after Finn first, you're going to have to take the bonus attack from Chewbacca, but you could initiative kill it with those Omega squadrons flying at 3. All right, well, they're coming right in.
Yellow.
Lots of focus tokens on the board. Everybody's getting ready for a fight.
Pew pew pew's coming in. See if I can finish on time. It's gonna be close.
Working your magic.
Trying.
Okay.
No, what have I done?
We don't have the audio from the match upstairs.
We don't. I think it might just be too low right now. There we go.
All right, so that is... That's BB-8 who gets to do that red barrel roll before... No? No, that's system phase. So I'm not sure what this was. That was them realizing that you're not allowed to do that then.
Okay. Yeah, because it's not activation. It's stirring.
It's not activation. It's the system phase.
You failed, Steve. You failed me.
Yeah. So again, need to.
It's new stuff.
Yeah.
Have a
need
good
to
time.
get used to the new stuff. It'll be interesting. This may be the first streamed match with 4 resistance pods.
I think it is. Yes, we're gonna call it. It is the first. We're here bringing you the very first action right there. Gold Squadron exclusive.
So these resistance pods, like the shuttles for the Ghost, there is no generic. They're only the unique, limited pilots.
All right, Chewbacca getting in that flank position, making sure that he can use that left-right arc just in case one of these pods pop.
Yep. And he's getting close enough to that rock that's going to make it easy for him to come around.
We're getting some pretty little colors out there for you guys. Give me a moment. Should be all set to go.
Waiting for the...
Got some decisions coming in. Let me go ahead and double check the table mic because, yeah, you're right. It's awfully quiet. It's just way too low. Are they talking too soft?
Or is it off? There we go.
They're just not as loud as they were last game. We got see, we had 2 loud guys on last time. Now we have two quiet guys.
We do have both of these. This is the grudge match of the quiet ones. All right.
Start of combat. Here we go.
So Quick Draw's got the first shot. Right. So he had measured it. It already looked like it was just out of range 1, even before he nudged it. That is.
It's going into Rose.
Okay, that's Predator is in effect because of the bullseye, and spends the focus for 3 hits. 3 hits on Rose.
Everyone is pretty much his arc, so... 2 reroll, you get, 2 reroll phases. Up to 1 result for each other from each other.
Oh!
So he was trying to figure out what the rerolls were on Rose and doesn't need them.
Takes a single shield there.
Player skill.
That was basically the result anyway. Chewy? We'll take that range something.
I don't know. Did we read the Rose card and her?
I think maybe that's the one we missed. We'll take a look at it after this engagement.
All right, so so they're waiting for the judge to knock over some ships here.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit of nudge there. Okay, so Chewbacca shooting
This is pretty good.
One of those Omega Squadrons. And he's got Ray he could use. Yep, he's going to spend the Force for 3.
There it is.
And
focus it out.
I
He's debating to just
Yeah,
keep
he's
it.
debating because if he takes the damage, he's closer to being able to use that fanatical. He should. He hasn't shot yet. He might be taking more fire. I think he should spend the focus on defense.
So Mitch just going through his options here.
This is a long thought process. This is these players really feeling the intense stress of what's probably the most important match of their lives.
I mean, you only get one chance. There's no cut here.
No, this is it.
You win or you lose.
So he did spend that focus to take no damage. I think that was the right call.
Yeah.
Of course, now he didn't have the focus for offense. Only has 1.
Refuses to take damage.
And that's... all right, so...
Yeah, that's fine. That changes nothing.
Okay, so they missed Scorch, but...
There's no information gain. Nothing else take
Steven
damage.
overly magnanimous, is allowing Mitch to fire these things out of order. So that shot from the Omega is going to count, but we're going to go backwards and look at Scorch. So we're asking the judge to come in and knock over the ships. It's trying to see if they're parallel, because if they're parallel, then Mitch gets to choose whether or not this is an obstructed shot.
Right, because Steven's like, yeah, it's obstructed. And Mitch is like, nah, it's not obstructed.
So, right. So what you can't hear in the stream is that Ryan is the judge here.
Yeah.
D is hanging around, espousing opinions that do not count, acknowledging that they do not count, and still making sure everybody knows that he has a strong opinion.
That's right. And it is obstructed, so got
Scorch,
that blink to evade ability on defense.
Scorch is... Okay, so Scorch took the stress to be able to roll a third die, and then that's where you see that
Natties, baby.
Optics.
Natties
Player
on
skill,
natties.
player
Are you
skill
kidding?
all over
What?
the place. So
What is happening?
Steven is determined not to use his bonus attacks from Chewbacca
That's
this
right.
game. He's just decided to go with the other strategy and roll all evades.
I mean, it's a good strat. I get it.
So before that natural evade, Scorch took a stress to be able to take an extra action, and then was able to spend the focus to change one of the blanks with advanced optics.
Yep.
Which that card, I think, I feel like was underestimated early on, but it's seen a lot of play, at least in this area, from A-Wings rolling those 2 dice, taking advanced optics. It's proven to be pretty powerful.
All right. First blood here.
Okay.
That's a shield on to BB-8.
Did I spend my focus on that? No. You did not. Okay.
Is that BB-8?
Yeah. For sure.
Okay.
Let's just go all in on Omega here. Range 3.
All right, going into the Omega. Number pink.
Number pink.
Calculate. Eon, eon.
Ooh.
Takes 2.
Okay.
This is going into Sorry, it's going to yellow, not into pink. Excuse me.
It's typically the case. Jeez.
Spends a focus for 2. Gets another one. Half points there. Crazy.
Finn's coming in from range.
Checking that range. Looks to be 2.
I think it's 3.
Range 3.
Range 3 Finn on that Omega Squadron that's taking damage.
2 hits. He's going to add a blank, or so add a focus.
Yep, take a strain, add a focus, and then
Spend the focus, get the 3 hits.
And then spend the focus.
Finn showing how much damage he could do there.
Which is why you were saying earlier, oh, wow.
Still gets 1 through. Yeah, that's why I said the damage potential for Finn is really high.
Yep.
Especially if he can get into range 1.
Yeah, well, that's why you were saying he should be the target initially.
Vi is the last one. Hit, crit. Steven lands a crit. Could be it if it's a double.
Could be it.
Blinded pilot.
Okay. That's bad for, that means
No
that
fanatical
turns
blank.
fanatical off,
Yep.
which initially Mitch was saying, he didn't mind losing all the shields. That means
Yeah, look,
fanatical's in effect. Well, now he's down to 1 hull, and fanatical doesn't count until he clears that.
Damage deck says no, no, no.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely need a walkie-talkie. Tell him to put the crit tokens up.
Yep. So for anybody who's just joining us, Gold Squadron Flight Club is premier level X-Wing brought to you from different squadrons from around the world. And what we're doing here is players are playing for guts, for glory, for bragging rights, and for a donation to a charity of their choice. Whatever they want, that's where the money goes. Super fun way to have fun, play X-Wing, and give money to a good cause. Now, I want to remind you guys, how do we pay for all this stuff? That's with your guys' help. Make sure to hit that Twitch Prime button every 30 days, especially if you have the Amazon Prime account. It's free. It's free, and you get that gumboat emoji. Can we get some gumboats in the chat, please?
System phase. I have a system phase thing I want to do.
Right. So the Steven's just commenting that he has to remember that BB's effect is in the system phase.
Yep.
He
System
forgot that
phase.
last time. Tried to do it at the wrong time and had to move that back. Yeah, Finn shooting after everybody else, taking a strain token is not gonna hurt. And certainly in this position where he is right now, he's limited
Yep.
to the blue maneuvers, 1 straight, 1 bank, 2 straight. I don't think he was planning on going faster than that anyway.
So Vi happens. Let's see. Hold on a second.
Yeah, timing windows.
Do you want to see a dial again? These have stops? They do not have stops.
I want to look at the abilities and the dials again.
Yeah, let's go over them, and we didn't go over the rows.
All right, so Rose's ability says, while you defend or perform an attack, you may reroll up to 1 of your results for each other friendly ship in the attack arc.
Oh, strong.
Okay,
So yeah, the way he's running things right now with a tight formation, he pretty much has
everything.
Unlimited rerolls as long as he's got this many ships this tight and all in arc. And they just have to be in the arc of the attacker.
Fine, Marati. Just want to look at that condition again. During the system phase. And then is...
Yeah, so the compromising intel should be in effect. So during the system phase, that... Now, what's the timing on that? So that's... The dial comes up in the system phase?
Yeah, and so is BB-8's
Right.
shenanigans. And it's in initiative order from lowest to highest. So Vi would go first, and then BB-8.
But the condition is on Quick Draw, who's at 6.
Truth.
Yeah. So
Yep, you're right. So you are absolutely right. So it's the other way around.
Yeah. So he's going to have to make this decision on BB-8 before he knows where Quick Draw's going.
Yep.
Now, the other ships can still choose to do barrel rolls if they think they're going to be able to block Quick Draw.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got 4 ships. Who's got first player?
Steven. Excuse me, no, Mitch.
I didn't expect this to jump so well.
So,
Although these are priced very differently.
so certainly with the...
You mean they're even cheaper?
Well, he can move all of these into position to block potentially Quick Draw once he knows where Quick Draw is going. He's got 4 different ships potentially who could do a barrel roll.
Yeah.
A red barrel roll.
But I mean, if you can get a
barrel roll
block
nonetheless.
and punish something, that sounds good.
So I want to first it's so since the condition is on I6.
Yeah, they're debating the same thing we were debating.
When is the trigger actually?
During system phase, if the enemy V Marati is at range 0 to 3, flip your dial face up.
During?
So from low to high initiative.
So it'll go last. So BB-8 goes first.
Yeah. They agreed with us. BB-8 goes first.
Yeah, and they did that because we're right.
That's My Sweet Art is asking, is Ryan being a good host? Is he not offering you any junk food? Nope, no junk food. I think. Did you bring donuts? Was it you who brought donuts?
I brought donuts.
I haven't had a single
I
donut.
brought donuts.
I'm
I
being-
brought candy. And what you missed a minute ago, they ordered a pizza that is slightly larger than the mat they're playing on.
Oh, nice.
There's a giant pizza
Yeah.
upstairs.
I mean, I'm gonna eat that for lunch. But I skip breakfast, so that's like my plan.
Which means nothing to the people at home, but I just wanted to mention
It's a massive pizza.
it is gigantic. I'm not exaggerating. It is probably a 3 foot by 3 foot.
We should maybe
box.
stream lunch then. Just
or you said we were going to need to use a different mat for each match today. So if it's a perfect 3 by 3,
the Pizza Planet.
that might be our D versus
D versus Ryan.
playing on the pizza mat.
Yeah.
We should get sponsorship from the pizza place there.
Yeah. Oh, it's pronounced my sweetheart. Oh, okay, that's cute. I like that. All right, little bumpy.
Okay, so that clears the strain, but so we missed in that conversation. We talked about the why and the how, but I didn't actually see what the move is from Quick Draw.
I don't know what I was thinking there.
Oh, Judge.
So Mitch's chatter has reduced in confidence as
he thinks
he
he's
realized that apparently jousting these resistance transport pods
the
is
wrong
a
idea.
bad idea.
Oh, right. There's that joke where it's like, when two people joust, one person's wrong.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Apparently Mitch was wrong. Because you don't want to go up against the power of these resistance pods.
Well, like some of it, like on average, Steven probably should have lost one of the pods, I think.
1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, yeah.
Misses the K turn there. It's gonna have to take a stress.
Misses the K turn. Didn't he move that? What the? Yeah, that's not Mitch blocking Steven. That was Steven blocking Steven.
Yeah.
Not
Mistakes were made.
mistakes were made. Oh look, this one's gonna get to take an action.
That's right.
This is BB-8, who barrel rolled out of the way to be able to do this. It looks like that pink TIE-SF bumped.
Yep. So no
Right.
no double
So-
barrel rolls here.
Right, so he wants to barrel roll, but he can't because the system phase barrel roll precludes that.
Yep.
Now, of course, Anakin, the new ship, would be able to.
On the Boost Starfighter, yep.
Yeah, because spinning is a.
It's a cool trick, not an action.
Yeah. Yeah. There's actually all kinds of things though that the implications of that. So we were talking about putting what is it? Composure? What's that? That gives you the free focus action if you miss an action.
Yep.
Talking about putting that on Anakin, but that actually doesn't work because it doesn't count as an action.
Yes.
So even if you miss the barrel roll, it doesn't count as a trigger. But what it does mean is that you can do that free barrel roll even if you're stressed because it's not an action.
Correct. All right, so more bumpage here.
I think actually, as far as these things go, I don't know what Mitch thought was gonna
So
happen.
Steven did a
there.
jam there to quick draw, by the way.
Okay.
Victory is mine. Stupidity.
Not sure why that.
I didn't catch it either. Oh, the target lock came off.
Oh,
the random target lock on the rock.
He target locked a rock.
Yep.
So that's that's come up before.
Yes.
That's come up before where people are like, oh, it's stupid to take a target lock because it's just going to be, now you
Yup.
take a target lock, it's going to be on a rock. That's pointless. But it actually, for jam, matters.
Yep. No, this is the only game going on. So the thing about Flight Club is that you get to see all the action. You see everything. This is the only camera. This is all about. This is a streaming event. Just gonna go ahead and drop that focus. And is Quick Draw gonna make the sloop? I think they have to mark everything. Mark all of it. As they're doing that, let's go ahead and take a look at the other matches happening later today. We'll do a little fancy break here.
Okay.
All right. So we have earlier we had at 11 a.m. we had Ernesto versus Jeff. All right.
And Jeff got the W.
He got the dub there. And then right now we have Steven versus Mitch going on. And our main event, D-Yoon versus Ryan Farmer, happening at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. After that, we're going to have a lunch break, followed by the Golden Royal Rumble for Furball. That should be tons of fun. And we're going to end the day with Dallas Parker flying a TIE Swarm versus Connor Hawley.
So that, I assume, is going to be Dallas flying 7 ships and Connor flying 2.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Now, I want you guys to remember, number one rule of Flight Club is absolutely talk about it, because that's the only way we can actually do these things.
Talk about it, subscribe, make contributions.
Yep.
Mitch currently debating target priority. Having done very little damage, he's... Okay, so this is quick draw into BB-8 at range 1.
Natties!
Player skill.
Quick draw, 3 hits and a crit.
Oh!
Oh, again! Natties on Natties. Hit crit gets through, though.
Hit crit, still could be enough to kill him.
And he didn't even grab his damage deck. Absolute disrespect.
One down and one face up.
Hull breach. That's a blank crit.
Hull breach is irrelevant because he's down to 1. Yeah. So that's, if you're going to get hull breach, one of the worst crits in the game, that's the time to do it when you're down to 1 hull.
Yeah.
So that's a stress from quick draw missing the 3 sloop.
Mm-hmm.
So Steven so far racking up the evades.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to roll well, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, player skill.
What we said, you really have 2 strategies when you're rolling these things. Either you want to get the extra attacks from Chewbacca, or you just want to roll evades all the time.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing about Flight Club. You just got to win. Doesn't matter how you do it.
That's it.
You just got to win.
That's it.
Now, if you'd like a Flight Club event in your local area, send me a message. We can maybe make that happen. I'm planning one. One's going to be happening in Australia. That's going to be cool.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. We might have a couple main events there. That one's going to be, because we got the 2 brothers, okay? We got Travis and Jaron Foss.
Sure.
That's going to be, that's our current headliner.
Yeah.
But we also got a bunch of other awesome Australian players happening over there. So,
Well, you got the Imperial Propaganda podcast guys. Those are pretty good players.
So one hit, 2 evades. Again, he did it again.
I was going to say check those dice. I'd actually ask to share those
Those
dice.
they're sharing the dice pool.
They're sharing your dice. So that's...
They're checking the evade dice.
Yeah. All right. Mitch just proving that it is possible to roll a blank.
They roll bad sometimes, I promise. All right, here's Chewy. Range 2 obstructed.
Yep. Range 2 obstructed with a focus and a
Hit crit. Assuming 2 hits.
and he can spend the force. Spend the force, keep the focus. That'll do it.
Got him.
That'll do it. All right. So, Mitch Hurst, first to lose a ship. Now, it's uncouth to complain about your own dice, but I think it's fair for us to commentate and say,
Sure.
there's some variance that came into play there. A little bit of variance in,
Oh, yeah.
in the fact that Steven doesn't have 2 dead ships yet.
Chicken range here.
That looks range 1. So this is from the pink on BB-8.
All right, hit crit.
No modifications.
Got one. BB-8 finally eats the bucket, but
that triggers Chewbacca.
Yes. Action first.
So he's still got a focus, so he's going to choose as his action to target lock. He's going to target lock the pink. And BB-8 is initiative 3, so he doesn't come off the board yet. He's going to be able to shoot after this. Reroll that with the target lock. And
Got
spend
him.
the focus.
Hit crit.
2 hits and a crit. Ah,
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
He grabbed the 2 dice. He grabbed them. He found the magic dice.
Yeah. So yeah, Mitch has put claim to those are the 2 dice to roll all the time. All right, so we measured that range 1, so BB-8's going to get a range 1 shot coming back. Hit crit.
Ooh.
And that's going to take
more
out the
shields.
shields.
That's half points there.
BB-8 no longer relevant.
So BB-8 got to shoot because of the simultaneous fire rule. When a ship at a certain initiative dies, it still gets to fire if it was destroyed by a ship of the same initiative. The
Right,
shot
so
going
this
in.
should
There's
be-
average.
So that was
There it is. Rose.
Rose attacking.
Down to 1. That Omega Squadron expert. It's going down. Still has Finn and Vi still to fire.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to add a blank because he can. There it is.
Yeah.
Got him.
Okay.
Pink is gone.
This game is, I think, turning in Steven's favor.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So
Ryan in the chat trolling his buddy.
So these 4 hit point ships with 2 agility outlasting the 6 hit point ships with 2 agility.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right, joust the pods. How bad can they be? I mean, maybe do we just call this list the pod challenge? Is that pod challenge?
Yep. In fact, I heard Farmer say earlier that they need to be repainted as Tide Pods.
I'm sure somebody out there's like, I got you.
Yeah. I mean, they're a little small, but they're the right shape. Could work.
I don't think did Vi shoot?
Yeah. So. Right. So could have shot on either of those ships and just missed it.
Yeah.
Mitch actually offering for Steve to be able to do it anyway, but Steve declining.
Steve was a gentleman. He said, I shall pass, sir.
So what do you think about this fanatical card? Don't see a lot of play on it. Mitch swears it is the single best faction-specific upgrade in the game.
The problem, the effect is good, right? Focus to a hit, absolutely.
Anytime you have passive mods, it's good.
Right, but the problem is that you have to take, on a lot of these ships, it's half their health. So by then, a lot of times, outside of like end game situations where, you know, it's a one-on-one, in the mid game and early game, it's worthless. It's doing nothing for you.
Right.
And you can lose a lot of ships before they ever get to use it.
Yep. Yeah. It's the downside to these. You know, the FO I think has a higher number of shields on their corresponding ships than most of the other factions.
Yep.
You know, these SFs with 3 and 3. Other than the defenders, I'm not sure what else has that many shields.
Shields, yeah.
I guess the B-wing's 4 and 4 too, right? But it's a one health.
It's better. It's better on the FO than the SF.
For sure, because you only have to lose the one shield, but they only have 4 health, which means once you've lost the one shield, you're well on the way to dead. And if somebody's focus firing, they're more likely to be able to kill the FO before it has a chance for.
Yeah, actually, I really like this this point here by Hamslow in the chat here. It says Fanatical is also disproportionately good on high initiative pilots because of initiative killing, which is kind of a bummer though, faction theme wise. Because you think like Fanatical's like the group of pilot stormtroopers, and that's usually the low initiative ones. But yeah, great point there, Hamslow.
All right.
By the way,
so
how's it going?
Bad fluff.
Yeah, bad fluff.
They would be. So it is interesting from a design perspective because these FOs were way before Fanatical existed. They were designed with the 3 hull and 1 shield. But that interaction would be so much better on the regular ties.
Oh yeah.
If you could just right out of the gate have Fanatical in play, that would be an insane upgrade and overpowered. So
Oh yeah.
so it's an interesting choice in the design space. I think it's a good.
Oh, that's actually an interesting. I mean,
what you got?
Mechanish says, "What about angle deflectors in Fanatical? It's instant on."
Yep, Steven was talking about that the other day. I wanted to know if that was a valid choice. The problem is Fanatical is 2, and angle deflectors is 3, I think. So that's a 5-point. That's a 5-point bump.
Yeah.
Essentially, and you're not using angled deflectors.
No.
Like, it's very unlikely that you're going to end up, unless you have a coordinating ship, you're not going to use the reinforce. It would strictly be so that you could use that right out of the gate. I don't know if it's worth 5 points to be able to have Fanatical on from minute 1, but it might be in a swarm kind of situation if you've got a couple of ships coming in.
It might be
at the same time, and
be
they
more
can all use that. It's a shame they nerfed Dormits to oblivion because
No, it's not. It's not a shame. Those were dark days.
well, they did it wrong. You know, I was playing Dormits for a year and a half. And that was all I played in first edition, but I was the only one.
Right.
And the mistake they made wasn't the killing nerf at the end. The mistake they made was making it so universally playable that it became a problem.
True.
They should have originally priced it somewhere where, you know, only I could use it.
The Drew Brody pricing.
That's right. But I can't complain. I got my invite with it right before they nerfed it.
All right.
Even if angled deflectors was free, it'd be a terrible choice. Yeah, I don't I don't know that I disagree. I think everything on FO is a little overpriced. You know, there are too few ships to choose from, and it's too hard to put a swarm together.
That's why they're so low on my rankings. If you haven't watched that video yet, did my way too early rankings.
They haven't announced anything yet, but surely there's going to be some new ships coming out
Has to be.
with the new movie. Is the new movie this year, December?
Yeah.
So they did that last time too, right? They
did.
They didn't announce the new base set until
after the movie came out.
Until the last minute. All right. So
Did a little afterburners action there.
quick draw afterburners now gets to take an action.
He's
No
not in
action?
any arc, so I
No,
guess he
that
just
doesn't matter.
foregoed it. Maybe I don't know. He's in Finn's arc.
Do these things have lock? Yeah. Not sure. I must have missed something there.
Yeah. There you go. Range 2 on Chewie. Only the box counts. 1 hit. And takes it. 1 shield.
Oh. Chewbacca's hurting now. It's all the way down to 11 health.
Oof. Ow. Range 1 from Chewie into Scorch. All right, only 1 hit there. It's going to spend the lock. 3.
And
Oof.
that's
That's 3. Shield, card.
oof.
Steven, we don't apologize in Flight Club.
All right. Yeah. Even the positioning on this with the I don't know what Quick Draw's plan is there. I feel like
1 of each.
Mitch is playing these last couple of rounds as if he's already lost. Trying to
Got him.
stem bleeding maybe, but not being aggressive.
Oh, he just used Ray. It's on Chewie. No damage. Got him.
That's amazing.
Ooh. Alrighty.
Okay. So
Quick draw versus the world here. That's the win condition is kill all the ships.
that might be no, he could leave one of the little pods alive.
1. Yeah, true. He can leave 2 of the pods alive.
As long as he doesn't take half damage.
Right.
Sure.
All right, and as we're into planning here, I want to remind you guys that we do have our main event coming up next. Don't go too far away. All right, we have the Greedy Dragon himself versus Ryan Farmer coming up at 2:30 after the conclusion of this game. Oh, nice. Actually, didn't even have the music on. Failed. That's just for us, Drew.
Nice. That's nice music.
Missed it.
I was just trying to not talk over your lovely music.
That
but
was
apparently
great.
it was just radio silence.
That's right. I forgot to hit the unmute button for the music. Tried.
All right. So, quick draw. Not in position to take advantage of any of this.
Yep.
You know, there actually is an advantage to be had where those resistance transports don't have a lot of flexibility. They're often stressed, which means they can't do their turnaround maneuvers. They can't even do they can't do a 1 turn if they're stressed. They can't do a 3 turn.
Yeah.
So they're pretty limited in how they can turn around. You could get behind them and pick them off. Of course, you take Chewbacca shots in revenge.
Yeah, that's what I expect Steven here to do. You just keep Chewbacca out there. You just trade shots with quick draw.
Yeah.
All right. I see a couple people asking about, are we going to be doing any giveaways? We're going to be doing giveaways at the very end of all of it. To be completely honest, giveaways, though, they're even just cards, they cost a lot of money. Cumulatively, actually, just
Even
did
the ones
my
that don't
numbers.
cost a lot of money, there's postage and,
There's postage and all that stuff.
hassle.
Because this event is a charity event, we're focusing on making sure to use the budget for, of course, we have the travel expenses and, of course, for the money for the charity. So we're going to do one set of giveaways at the very end.
So that was the compromised intelligence in effect.
Yep. And man, that's rough for having that on quick draw because the Falcon can boost.
That's true.
Has some ways to respond there. So
That's
no
true.
action for Vi going over the rock.
And still stressed.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 straight.
Mm-hmm.
That's Finn.
Starting to make the box.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see what path is Mitch going to take here because I think that's going to really inform the flow of this game. Because right now he basically can go either way. He's very 50-50 right now.
Mm-hmm. So Rose making a white 2-turn to the right.
All right. Getting ready to cut off quick draw if she goes to the left.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's 4-on-1. It's kind of hard to get to a safe place no matter what.
Keefton, I've been checking my email, man. I don't have any emails from Backer Kit. Nada. Maybe I put in my email wrong.
Yep, but you're right. He's got Rose going one way and Chewbacca going the other way.
Everything's covered here. Oh, the illustrator's not up. Fail on my part. There we go. Covering all the...
Yep. So that's a 3 sloop.
All right, Mitch is saying, you know what? This is Flight Club. I'm going in.
Yep. Taking the dive.
Afterburners. He wants to get a
Afterburners.
shot. He's ready to go.
He's going to take a shot, and he's going to put himself in a position to get shot back, which would get him a bonus shot. Don't think Predator's going to be in effect.
No bullseye. Range 3.
Able to take a focus with the pattern analyzer.
2 hits. Got him. Safe.
It's happening again.
Player skill.
Oh, there's still a game. This is still happening?
All right. Chewbacca out of range. Finn's got the next shot.
You want to add your focus for? Or yeah, there you go.
There you go. No damage there.
Chooses to add a blank instead of taking a strain to add a
Yeah,
focus
no
that
reason
he
to do
couldn't
that.
modify.
Can I spend focus on defense? Will you defend or perform an attack? Nope. That's so good. Okay, well I guess I take a shield then.
Takes a shield on quick draw.
Oh, because of V.
Oh, what's the compromised
The
intelligence?
fanatic, yeah. The second part, you can't spend focuses.
Oh. That's a big thing.
All right, so that attack was back at Finn. 1 shield.
Finn down to down to only hull. Wow.
It's been rough, man.
Yeah, I don't think the chances look all that good for Mitch.
No. Coming up on 10 minutes in the round here. It's
Not
the
looking
writing's on
good.
the wall, I think.
Yeah. I mean, if things had gone well, he could have easily taken Finn off the board with,
Uh-huh.
some shooting there. But that special compromised intelligence.
That's really good, yeah. So for
Yeah.
anybody who's not familiar with that, that's a condition card given by Vi. And it says while you perform, so this is on quick draw, right? While you perform or defend an attack against, excuse me, I'm saying that backwards. While you defend or perform an attack against the enemy Vi, you cannot spend focus tokens. So Vi shot, had the 1 damage out there, and couldn't spend the focus.
And he couldn't spend the
quick
focus
draw.
on defense. Quick draw couldn't. Yeah, that's brutal.
Yep, I like to chat here. Quad pod new meta. Yes.
Quad pod is
Quad pod.
absolutely the new meta. Now, if you're going to do this, I would highly recommend using Steven's strategy of only rolling evades.
Yes, 2 evades every time will definitely net you more wins than losses.
Yeah. So I think that was an excellent strategic decision by Steven in this game.
Duplicate.
One forward.
1 forward to victory, baby.
Yep.
He's debating a barrel roll, looks like.
To block.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a terrible move. Yeah. You got these 3 little ships that all move before quick draw. Lots of opportunity. Rose is a little bit out of the fight. Probably gonna 2-bank to get out around that rock.
Mm-hmm. All right, there's the roll.
Yep.
That protects Vi from getting shot at least with a uncontested shot
Mm-hmm.
from quick draw. Here we go. We got
Yeah, I was wondering about that. That looked like
a little self bump action.
yeah. We haven't seen heroic kick in yet,
No heroic yet.
but the way this game is going, this is going to be the time where he rolls nothing but blanks, adds a blank, and gets to re-roll them all. And Finn doesn't work off of charges, so he can just do that
Yep.
every time
Every
he's attacking or
single time.
defending.
It's a really strong ability. 3 bank, gets around the rock there.
Mm-hmm. Might boost in.
Did he hit the rock?
Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's looking for tokens. Yep.
Yep, focus.
Looking
Okay,
for focus.
so we good.
Now, see, I might have, with the Falcon going that direction, I might have taken quick draw and just beelined for Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rose was very likely to be out of that range 3, which would be a good opportunity to kill her. But that means Steve missed the block.
No block, and
quick draw is able to
just
barrel
finagle
roll,
out of there.
barrel roll out of arc.
We good.
Is he in arc for Finn to attack? Yeah.
Yeah, Finn's got a shot.
Yeah, Finn's got a range 1 shot.
I gotta adjust the exposure on that camera.
Is it the camera or is it the color matte screwing with things?
No, it's the light. Okay. It's the light. All right, so 1 of each there. So sitting at 2. Got him.
And again,
2 evade meta,
and again,
baby.
Steven exhibiting that player skill he's so well known for.
Title of this video when we post it up on YouTube: 2 evade meta.
2 evade meta. So once again, for those of you at home, if you're going to fly the quad pod meta, I would
Hit
recommend
crit coming from Chewy.
obstructed shot. Obstructed shot, so he gets to add that,
was for the-
one
yeah.
additional
Blank. That one additional blank.
All right, so he's taking 2 damage. This will be his last bonus shot.
All right, that's pretty good. Has
Predator.
Predator. Got him.
There you go.
2 evades. Let's make it happen.
Of course, if he kills Finn, amazing, amazing.
He could live. Oh.
Right before he rolls, he goes, watch this.
So Steve calling his shot there.
Oh man.
Watch the 2 evades. I missed with the light, whatever that was.
Yeah, it was a
it
panic pilot. Double stressed.
Oh, there. Yep, you see the stress. And Finn gets to return shot. And
Oh my lord.
and Finn has heroic.
You know what? Whatever charity.
Oh, so close. Look at that. 2 blanks.
He's gonna add a blank.
Oh, he's
And
got a
re-rolls
target
with the
lock.
target lock. Whoosh.
Okay.
All right, hit
Hit
crit.
crit.
Got him.
Wow. I think a direct hit is just fitting here just
would.
to put him out of his
Oh,
misery.
ends
There it
ends
is.
the game.
There it
That
is.
is it. Mitch is out of it. Steven wins. Oh my goodness. This is
All right. So, at the end of a close match, Steven just pulls it out by rolling 47 evades in a row.
Wait, you were counting?
No, I'm just making it,
it felt
out.
that
but,
way. Feels that way.
But that
All right, I need Steven.
that might have been the turning point of the game. Was rolling 700 evades. I'm gonna pass the headphones over to Steve so that he can explain his strategy himself.
Take a seat. Take a seat.
Did you see how good I am at X-Wing?
2 of it.
Did you
2 of
see
it.
that?
2 of it.
You know, when I came over today,
Uh-huh.
my thinking was the only way I'm actually gonna win this match is if I outroll Mitch,
And you did.
and that's exactly what happened.
All right, and you know what? And you did it for charity.
I did do it for charity.
Who you're making your donation to?
I'm gonna follow Jeff Moore's lead, and let's do Planned Parenthood.
All right, Planned Parenthood, $25. Thank you so much.
Thank
Dude,
you.
so you flew the Tide Pods.
I did fly.
All right, so I haven't seen them on the table yet. This is the first time I've seen them. Like, what's your feel on them?
So my feel is I like them a lot. What I felt I was bringing was 4 Z95s
Okay, with abilities
with abilities,
that are usable.
particularly Finn, who can be pretty amazing with heroic.
Okay,
It didn't quite work out today, but imagine well, I was kind of hoping what happened. It was kind of mean-spirited, but I was kind of hoping that I would double blank on quick draws, shield attack, add the blank, and then re-roll that with with heroic. But I mean, why do that when you could just roll 2 evades?
I mean that seems better.
Seems very. But it was a lot of fun. I think it's a strong ship. Dial's serviceable. As you can see, I had a hard time getting rows around. But I mean, the pods are there to just take the pot shots.
Mm-hmm.
Chewie is the is carrying the bulk of the work.
All right.
But man, it's fun. I highly recommend it.
All
Give
right.
it a go.
All right, cool. Well, we have coming up our main event. We got Ryan Farmer versus D Yoon, the Dragon, versus the Moisture, the best nickname in X-Wing. I'm going to tell you that. So if we go ahead and look at what we got, we had earlier today, we had Jeff beating Ernesto in the very first game of Gold Squadron Flight Club. Steven takes the second game, and coming up here, Yoon versus Farmer. I know it says